Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Northern Arena Gears Regional. We swapped places.
Yes.
I just booted Velly out the host seat.
Feels so
I am
weird.
the captain now, okay? I'm the captain, you're casted.
Okay.
We got Trooper on the desk.
What's going on?
How you doing, bud?
Good. I'd reach over and give you a hug. I don't want to get tangled up in wires,
It'd be
though.
too far.
You're tall and long enough.
You two are
It's
looking
true.
nice.
I can just reach the
nice
arms
and
and they'll
cozy.
make it around.
You gotta hug me and stuff over there.
Yep, Guy, Velly wants a new duo. Just letting you know, Guy. Anyway, you may have seen during that commercial break, because we are all for the people.
Yes.
All for the people. Sorry, Ghost Gaming fans, if you're out there. Simplicity versus Rise. Next game up on main stage.
Yep.
It's a good one. It's the one we want to see.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
Give
You
it
look
to the
around
people.
number 2 in the bracket. It's the closest game that we're going to see. And I have to get your opinions on this matchup. In terms of who's going to come out on top, which way are you kind of leaning?
I'm actually leaning more in favor of Rise for this one.
Okay.
I've been studying a lot of them coming into the regionals since the last event that they've been at, and I think that they have improved in a lot of different ways that I feel like Simplicity might be able to, not be able to counteract a lot of what they're going to bring, just because of the fact that them coming in here today, and I think being able, if you tell them, like, hey, we're going to switch you on main stage now, they're going to bring that energy now. They're going to kick it up just a little bit more.
Okay.
They're like, oh, more eyes are on us. Okay, we got a lot to prove now.
All right, Velly, the caster no longer hosts, which means you got opinions now, Velly.
Yes.
You get opinions.
Yes.
Give me your thoughts.
All eyes are on Rise, hands down.
All of
because now they have their latest pickup, Powers from Fury. Powers came into the free agent market as literally the best Slayer out there in the game. I would say top 5 out of all the players out there. So when you add a powerhouse such as Powers, all right?
I just love all the bottled up thoughts.
I don't get a
you
chance
have.
to
You
do
don't,
this.
You don't get a chance to give your opinions, and all of a sudden you're splurging all
I
that.
love
But-
it.
All right, continue. Sorry.
So
You're
now,
right. You're right.
When you add a player like Powers to the roster on Rise Nation, okay, you have Drix, the best support player in the game behind explosives. All right, you have Detox, Avexis, one of the best power weapon players out there.
Sure.
Rise Nation is primed to be one of the best teams out there, but the question is, are they actually going to get there? All right, yes, we've always said Rise Nation, they have a roster to get top 5, top 4, but they've never done it. Top 12, top 8.
course.
When is it going to happen? I want to see it start now before the Invitational charity event next weekend.
Well, you think here they should do very
Yeah.
well, of course, it being a regional. The question is, how well are they going to do? And you bring up a great point, of course, Powers. You go back to his first event, drops a record-breaking amount of kills.
550.
Yes, they played more maps maybe than some of the other teams, but that's neither here nor there. It's still take nothing away from him. That's a
Top 2 that
unbelievable amount of kills.
Yeah.
Now you add him to this Rise squad, and I'm curious, what do you think he's going to bring to the table here, specifically for Rise?
He's a next level Slayer, by far. But not only on that, he has so many different qualities that he can bring just as himself, as an individual player. I think that a lot of the moves that he makes are a lot smarter than you might see somebody, especially with his age. He is just going to learn and gets better and better. He's a prodigy, straight up, and I cannot wait to see him get even better.
We talk about young players all the time.
Right.
I mean, he's probably, number 1 on the list, do you think, for up-and-coming?
Yeah,
hands down.
You say what?
Up and coming? No, he's here. He's not
100
up
more
and coming.
kills?
He's here.
There is no up-and-coming. There's
Okay.
no breakout. He
No.
arrived. He arrived with a bang. That's
Right.
for sure. I am excited to see how this new Rise squad gels. Because to your point, though, you've looked at the squad so many times and you thought, finally, this is it. These are the pieces they need.
Multiple times
But the
we've
problem
done
is
that.
that's always the conversation. Finally,
Yes.
this is it. Finally, this is it. Finally, this is it. I guess the question, finally, is this it?
I hope so. Although every time they made a team change, we've been like, okay, we like Jerpy. Okay, we love Detox. All right, Powers, fan favorite.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to perform. You're going to have to execute because the team they're going against now, Simplicity, they're in the same boat now. You have players such as Toy Soldier, a champion in Gears of War. You have Xena, one of the most explosive players out there with power weapons. So when you're going against a roster like that, you're looking at 2 of the best up-and-coming teams in Gears of War in regards to breaking that top 4 finally.
Just to touch on Toy Soldier, of course, a name which, if you're familiar in Gears of War history, is a name you're definitely going to know, right? Historically, so much success. This title, though, not really been one where I think he's really done, to be honest, that well.
Not much.
I think he's trying to find his groove still after coming back from a bigger roster, a lot of different stages, and now with the pace that he's on with the new team, especially now, I think he knows that he needs to keep stepping up to show that he is not falling off. He doesn't want to hear that, and I know that he's not going to let that happen.
Obviously, Velly, you've been around Gears for a decade,
like 12 years.
You're like a dinosaur roaming planet Earth, essentially, in terms of Gears years. Roar, okay. But in terms of Toy, I remember when I first came into Gears, everyone was like, listen, all right, this guy Toy Soldier,
It's the real deal.
he's the real deal. He's magic. Like, I remember watching highlight clips of him just doing just unbelievable things.
But
But why have we not seen that same toy soldier in Gears 4? Because we haven't played Civil War. We've seen moments. We've definitely seen moments of this just unbelievable raw talent. But it doesn't seem like it's been consistent.
I had to point it at the teams he's been on. I mean, Fury wasn't bad. He's, done great with them, but he hasn't been able to be free and do whatever he wants to do. See, Toy Soldier on this Simplicity roster, the reason why Simplicity has been getting better now since picking up Toy Soldier is that they let him really roam free and do what he does best. What he does best exactly, he loves to run in as a solo character most of the time and break up defense. He loves to be the distraction. When you're able to let Toy be the distraction, that's really when he does best. That's when you see triple kill Toy Soldier on the main stage.
And that's the toy I feel like
that's the Toy Soldier of
It's the toy that you need
doubt.
to see. Like when you run up against a team like Rise, you have to have that type of performance.
Yeah. With them coming into this game against Rise, especially, if we're going to put it on the main stage, we want to see stuff that, next level going into the next week with the Invitational. You're going to have to see something out of these teams that, a little bit against the norm. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people have studied these teams.
Two teams for it.
They've studied them up and down. You need to see something a little bit newer, and I think, but we might not see a ton of that. They might be revealing that, waiting maybe till next week, but we could see a few shades of that, I think, today.
No, we are.
Yeah,
Definitely.
without a
We're
doubt.
looking at two of the best power weapon teams out there.
By far.
Avexis, Sneak, Toy Soldier, Powers. Like, all these guys, really, when you put a sniper rifle or M-bar in their hands, they can manage to take over the game single-handedly. You don't see that with other top players. Even on the top 4 teams, they can't do it at that level.
With a lot of them too, like you can mix it up. There's like a lot of times team might have one designated sniper. Hey, I'm that guy that gets that boom. A lot of times they can mix it up.
All of them do it.
Yeah,
all of them.
And a lot of times, what they say is, if you're good at a lot of things, they call you a jack of all trades. But
Master of all trades.
The definition of that is that you're not a master at any of those things. But they are definitely a master at a lot of these weapons.
Yeah, that's definitely great points from both of you. I guess that kind of asks the question almost of what type of a game are we going to see? Because normally, you see two top teams that play against each other, and normally it's a little bit of a slow start, right? It's very rare that you get straight to those power weapons. Is this just going to be one of those messy maps where we're just going to all guns blazing straight off the rip?
Yes. Take a look at the first map. We're going to go on Forge Blitz. So what's going to happen on Forge Blitz, I've watched both of these teams a lot of times. Recently, Simplicity was on Fight Night with Blaze and I.
Oh, yeah.
And the
Blaze and you, yeah.
No, Benson.
I know.
We miss you, by the way. But the one thing that they excel at on this map, and it's going to be a key to victory for them, you got to take a look at the control tower. So in the control tower, you usually have a 2v2 fight. Now what's going to happen is, on Simplicity's side, you're going to have Xenon and also Exclusive, the top Slayer on that roster. They're going to go up as a duo for that fight. Okay. Now, Rise Nation, you expect them to send a heavy hitter there as well. They have Avexis, they have Powers, they have Detox. Whoever they send up there, they're going to do well. Now, this is where it gets tricky. Whoever loses and they put an M-bar or a sniper up there, the team that wins that fight is going to have control of the whole map, because whoever picks up that weapon is going to have immediate impact. They're going to tip the favor for their team.
Yeah, good points all around. And just thinking about maybe from Rise, who you expect to see try and take that fight. Is there any kind of names which kind of come to mind here you think you might see?
Between...
Because it's a big fight, to Velly's point. It's probably the most important fight that you're going to see on the initials.
Well, a lot of the times with Rise, you do kind of see a lot of the same styles. If you're going to take that fight, you need a lot of those front slayers to go up there and have that head-down gameplay. They have to be aggressive. They have to be confident. But going up there, especially on Forge Blitz, you might need to have to mix that up, because there is a variable on the map when you have that button, that you have to use. Make sure that you close that out. And on one half of the map, you're going to have a zone that's completely untouchable. If you're able to cap that and coordinate with your team and able to time that button press, you're going to have an uncontested capture for about 10 seconds.
And it's worth mentioning, you get to the second half of the game, all of a sudden that button becomes even more important.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I feel like this match was going to be dynamic for both teams, because now that you pointed that out, who are the two players that are going to play on that end? Sneak and Drix.
Yep.
You're talking about two of the best players, to really play that end of the map. So you really can't heavily predict 100% in all comfortability who's going to win this.
A lot of gas in this game, right? We're gassing this game up to be a good one. Hopefully it doesn't disappoint. I mean, we mentioned Forge Blitz, of course, is going to be map number 1 between the two. Which team's going to come out on fire, I guess, is the big question here. I think you said earlier on you had Rise taking it. You agreeing here? Is it going to be a Rise series?
For Rise Nation, their strong point is going to be with Drix on that home hill, but the most important fight on the map, I will put all of my money on Exclusive and Xenon.
All your money?
Yep, simplicity.
All of it.
Simplicity.
Every penny.
Yeah, almost.
Every dime.
At least give me 1 penny. I can't be completely broke.
You said it, not me. You said it, not me. But as you can see, the players seem to be ready. The map is loading in. This such a good game. You can change the schedule completely for your guys' viewing pleasure at home.
For the fans.
You wanted to see it. Simplicity versus Rise. We expect it to be a good one. And it's going to be map number 1, Forge Blitz, getting underway right now.
All right, here we go. Trooper, our first time casting together.
Oh my! You have just pointed that out to me. I just realized that.
And guess what?
You've been on there.
Guess what? It's a false start. It's a false start, so you don't even get to cast yet.
Okay.
You don't even get to cast. But wait, it's the first time you ever cast together?
Yeah.
No pressure. I'm judging.
That's true. He's
Who's going to be the first to stutter?
Oh.
Hey.
Well,
Hey.
I mean,
You
not
go
me. Not me.
I'm the new guy.
You just go Canadian right now? You went, Gosh.
By the way, being in Canada, I'm so hyped. I'm going to go home,
Canadian.
I'm going to go home with like 10 bottles of maple syrup. Oh my God. I had poutine. Is that how you call it? The poutine or poutine?
Poutine.
I have
You had that
poutine.
yesterday. You should have seen the smile on this man's face yesterday. He was just like, because I've had it, and I'm not a fan. Sorry to all the Canadians.
I was the
out
only one
there.
at the table
Not,
eating.
not a fan. You were. But
mean,
like,
obviously.
he goes in, one spoonful, and he was just like, yes, it's good. It's real good. You loved it. You
Now I
loved
don't know
it,
why TC works out here. Hey, there you go.
Makes sense, right? Makes a lot of sense. Oh, my God, so many A's. But obviously, in terms of the game, it's going to be restarted up. It looks like one player had a little bit of an issue trying to load in. Both of our casters have said that it's going to be Rise Nation more than likely taking the series. But as I said before, we expect this to, without a doubt, be the closest game in round number 2 here at the Gears North American Regional hosted by Northern Arena. So good. In fact, like I said before, change the whole schedule. But sorry, Ghost Gaming fans, I know you're out there and you're probably saying, come on, I was looking forward to watching my team. Fatal, he has the bandana on. It was going to be the moment we get to cheer for our coach in a playing role. But fear not, Ghost Gaming fans. I have a feeling you'll see plenty more of Ghost Gaming throughout this tournament. As I said, though, without further ado, Simplicity versus Rise, Game 1 starts right now.
All right, thank you so much, Benson. Kicking things off, the very first map of this series, Forge Blitz, Simplicity versus Rise Nation, a tale of two teams trying their hardest to earn that top 4 placement. They've been top 6 for so long. Let's see which one can break it. But kicking things off, taking a look at the overview of the map. Control tower, you're going to see the classic 2v2 fight. And on board with Powers, the main slayer of his team, he's going to charge off against Xenon with a smoke nade going off. He's going to be stunned just for a tad bit. And here we go. Xenon and Exclusive both teaming up on Jerpy. Jerpy able to take out Exclusive. Powers definitely falls now with the 1v1. This is going to be so big. Jerpy trading shots, able to get the kill, taking out Xenon.
Xenon was 1 inch off of getting that kill shot right there. He was about to wrap up that 2v1, which is something that you cannot have happen that early on. Luckily, they were capitalizing at the right time there, winning that initial fight up top. You can see the trip cap about to come in, only a few seconds away for Rise Nation. They are now in the setup, waiting to kill all these remaining members of Simplicity, running out of spawn like a conveyor belt, and there's no way they're going to be able to get in there. That is a fast opening round for Rise.
That wasn't fair.
Look at that.
Wasn't fair.
Not at all.
No.
I mean, the way that top fight, you could see like
You wouldn't imagine Jerpy to go off like that for himself.
No, that happens.
Not at all.
Like when you come into an opening round like that, you know,
What do you do?
your respawn times are so low, you can't let a trip cap happen that fast.
No.
It's like you have way many more rounds to go. You have to let things breathe. But also, you know, if you're Simplicity, don't let that shake you. Don't let that break you. This, you know, obviously anything could have went wrong there.
Yeah.
Just get the kinks out. That's all you got to worry about.
I completely agree. And it's all laughs and fun times over on the Rise Nation side.
No, yeah, and that's once they get into that zone, it's going to be really hard to break them.
They have 2 zones, okay? They're laid back, fun, relaxed zone. If they're not taking you seriously and they're beating you like that, that's a problem. But when Detox and Avexis get up and start yelling, oh, you're in trouble.
Oh, absolutely. We got now Xenon going to be taking that top fight again, going up there for that 2v2 fight. You can see now the smoke's coming across, and he just darts right across. Doesn't even wait for the smoke to blow up, and he ends up getting that opening kill on Powers. So right now you can see 2 members here are going to be swooping down. That's actually Xenon doubling back now to take control of that tower, and what a beautiful rotation that was. Getting that top window and getting that down in the center map. That's going to actually turning around at the right time there as he had one man coming up from behind him. That's going to be another one-on-one fight here with Powers. He's going to try and bounce around, seeing if he's going to be able to get him, but there are some shots in the back he was not ready to take, and that's actually Chirpy that's going to be the one to pick up the kill.
And when you thought all was won, all was lost, in the instant of a second, Chirpy able to retreat, come back, and definitely win 2 separate 1v1s to ultimately win the control tower. So now with the map control in Rise Nation's favor, the score is now 1-0, but 1 hill apiece. We're looking at a tied game so far. 48-48, just a split second with Simplicity on top. But on board with the Vexies, we have 3 players down for Simplicity. Hezi now coming out of respawn. Vexies now moving towards the incinerator with Xenon in his sights. Just 1 player down, which is exclusive of Vexies. Will go in and try to clean up the kill. He gets down instantly. Xenon able to pick up the kill. Now Xenon trying to make something happen, opening Rise Nation's territory, but the Lancer and defensive game are too strong.
I'm not sure if Vexies was just trying to distract the other members of Simplicity right there, because the way he ran in there, he just got crossed from every single
he stood no
angle.
chance.
There was, I think, just the way that he ran in there, it looked like he was trying to just take their minds off of what his teammates were trying to do, because he just ran in there full board and just got down immediately. But when you're on this first half of Forge Blitz, that tower is so important just as much as you would think that B hill is important. You're going to need to maintain control of that tower if you're going to hold that B hill. It's almost a guarantee because you have so many spaces down below where you can tuck out underneath that tower. You're going to need to have at least 2 eyes in those spots.
And the domination is coming almost instantly. Simplicity able to pick things up. Now, going for the hill. You have 2 players guarding the A hill for Rise Nation. Can they go ahead and win this fight, or can Exclusive clutch it up? Able to get a trade, taking out Jerpy, but no. Toy Soldier comes from the back, able to take out the Vexies. The timer is back, 3 seconds left. But Rise Nation stops it once again at the C hill.
Man, that was close right there. Toy coming in big and potentially saving the round right there. It looked like they were actually going to win the round just a few seconds away. Rise Nation was able to get back in, but you can see that first round, how fast that first round went. This round, now the pace has been set. Obviously, you were going to, I expected to see that. You can see Excel's now.
No.
Oh, he's not going to be, oh my, ended up, it looked like he was going to get the double kill, but that's Toy that's going to be getting the double kill instead, and he's going to rotate around to the other side of that hill and try to get into another kill right there. That's 3 now for Toy. He is on fire.
It's quite interesting to see Jerpy in the middle of these fights. Jerpy, well known as a very great and passive home hill player. Now Rise Nation, they have him more in an offensive mode now. Now you see him in 2v2 fights. You see him pushing the payload in regards to, leading the attack. So that's something that Rise Nation, they're bringing up. And it's great to have a player that's able to do both things in the front line. It makes him more dynamic. But Simplicity now tying the game 1-1. What weapon would you like to see for the game?
I mean, you're asking Trooper, so Sniper is going to be the answer every time. But, in the competitive nature, I expect, I was going to say either nades or, there you go, you have hammer, roast down, place down. Usually when you start off a lot of these maps, the initial weapons that are placed down, the first 2 or 3, you will see something maybe like nades or maybe a rifle getting placed. That way to spread teams out more, essentially. When you see a lot of those desperation rounds come in, maybe right before the end of the first half, right before, maybe if the teams are 6-6, you might see a boom shot down, especially if it hasn't been placed yet. You're going to see a lot of those stronger weapons placed down, guaranteed, because picking up that weapon will almost guarantee you a trip cap in that sense.
Well, the dynamics of this map is pretty intense. You can have either a sniper up top, a sniper in the incinerator, or also a boom shot. But Toy Soldier, now being the Toy Soldier that Benson has been asking about, getting a double kill, but control tower won by Simplicity. Vexies, Detox, and Drix, all 3 in the respawn time. Jerp is the last one alive. The domination counter is coming down. Jerpy unable to guard the neutral hill. So now, round 2 is going to Simplicity. Winning the control tower has led the way for them.
Toy's just
been going
went off in the center. How fast he rotated to that home hill, knowing exactly where he needed to be in that moment, and he just made it look so easy right there, because you could see the story just unfolding right there. He got those 2-3 kills, bang, 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 and he knew exactly what had to be done. Everybody just setting up perfectly. There was no way, there's almost no way for you to come back from losing 3 guys that fast from 1 player.
Listen, he came in like a record.
Oh, please, no.
All right, but you know what? We got what we asked for. The sniper tower is now, the sniper rifle is now down in the control tower.
You weren't wrong. It is the sniper tower now.
This is a sniper tower now. So this is where the high intense gameplay will come in. Powers being on the aggressive, able to take out Xenon. Almost instantly, Jerpy taking out Exclusive. Now, with the 2-on wipe, the sniper rifle will go into Jerpy's hands. Yes, he can Lancer. Yes, his shotgun is nice. But he can snipe as well.
Think about this, though. This is only the first half. When you see the second half, if there is a sniper up here, if you maintain sniper, you have button position and sniper. That is just way dangerous. Too much of an advantage for your team. But as you can see, doesn't need to maintain that position right here, as the button doesn't have much of a use right now in this first half. You can see Jerpy trying to rotate around and find a lower point for that sniper, making sure he at least doesn't give up his location for his opponents, so they know that sniper is not rotating to another side of the map. He's going to look to try and catch them off guard. As it looks like doubling back now towards the center here to try and help out a couple of his teammates. It would be smart for him to put that on his back if he's going to get a lot any closer, I'd say, to these opponents on his side.
It's now with 2 players down for simplicity.
Oh my God!
With the snipe.
That's what I was waiting for.
Taking heads already. Rise Nation down 1-2 in the rounds, but currently up 2-1 in hills, up by 20 seconds so far.
You cannot forget about that sniper. Once it gets placed and picked up, you have to keep tabs on who went up there, who got killed. You have to make sure that that weapon isn't going, there's no possibility of it being out. And right there, almost hitting that roll shot right there is Jerpy going over that cover. And right there, I'm wanting to hit every shot. I want everyone to hit every shot with this. It's so entertaining when you have a player that knows, that's so good with the sniper, and you can kill people instantly.
I like this. What Simplicity did, they overloaded the incinerator side. They called out numbers, gathered the intel they needed, and you know what? They used their numbers to their advantage. Hezzy taking out Drix, Rise also falling. Simplicity using the numbers to their advantage, and now
he ain't scared.
Toy Soldier doing exactly what we said, moving into the opponent's defense and breaking it up, simply taking out Jerpy and now capturing that neutral hill.
Has Toy died yet? Like, I feel like he has been on fire this game. Just every fight he's been in, 1v1, 2v1s even, he has been doing very well and on point. We need, as well as his other teammates, if they can just exactly bring that same energy right now, that's what you need from your team. And I think that just with his play style, they are going to be able to follow into no problem. You can see where he's posted up now, trying to make a lot try to spread as much information as he can to his teammates. He doesn't see anybody going for the flank. They have that mid-hill tied up very, very well. They have a good setup right now, and they're actually getting close. You can see, though, Xenon, as we cut to him, getting and using that sniper to his advantage on who else but Jerpy, who did it last time.
All right, Xenon, able to show everybody what he's made of. Trying to run around Drix for the easy one shot, but Drix said he's not having that. Taking out Xenon, the sniper rifle was backpacked, so it will not be in play until the next respawn time. But Rise Nation on the offensive, now up 3-3 in players exclusive, trying to get this mid-hill.
Rise had a pretty substantial lead there, and they had Simplicity holding that mid-hill and that home hill way too long. Yeah, right there was the opportunity you could see for Simplicity to actually roll right in there. They could just wrap this up right now.
They have to go now. They have to go now. They're able to win this. Rise Nation, all they need are 7 seconds, but Simplicity able to capture both the A and B hills. The C hill is under attack, but Simplicity with 3 members here exclusive. Taking out a Vex, his power's full. Jerpy goes down. Simplicity able to grab this under Rise Nation.
That right there, you could, first of all, there was no, well, at the end there was a great opportunity, you could see. All they had to do was hold that circle. When they came in, they could all just ran right to that hill. They spread out immediately and then forced Toy to fight away from the circle, completely not only take him out, but distract him those few seconds that they really, really needed in that moment right there.
I mean, what can you do when that happens?
Well, right there, just pray, just shoot and pray in that smoke in that instance right there.
What we saw with that breakdown, Simplicity, when they made that huge team push over to the C hill to capture Rise Nation's A push. Rise Nation, some members stayed to fight and some members ran away. You have to be on the same page. You're gonna have to say, okay, we're gonna hold down the bunker and we're gonna protect our home hill, or you know what? Let's rotate around the map. The sniper rifle's gonna be up soon. Yep. Let's go over to that area. But they weren't on the same page, and that's something Rise Nation has to work on. I expect Keem, their coach, a former pro player, to help them out with those calls later on in the future.
And you have to remember the bigger picture for every map. You know, sometimes giving up a ring just for just momentarily will definitely lead into a bigger positioning on the map. There's Toy again doing Toy things and getting the headshot, cleaning up that other down, and now making that full rotation there, trying to flank up in that tower. He does know that there was 2 members of Rise waiting up there, so now he's going to double back all the way underneath, try to regroup here with his team, as now 2 men are alive for each remaining team here, so they're going to wait to see if they can get a few more guys out of spawn to help out.
This is going to be good. Toy Soldier, known for staying alive and making the most of each life, saw himself in a 1v2 scenario, able to hold it down. He played passive, put out his Lancer. Jerpy was going to be aggressive, but when he saw Toy Soldier, didn't want the smoke, he didn't want the static, he backed up, and now Toy Soldier able to stay alive for so long. All of his teammates are now here to help him, and he saved his team from a potential domination.
right here with that setup in the middle hill. Bottom low, you have Simplicity. Looks like most of their members are waiting for that Rise push. They do have that hill in their control. The nades are going, and that is Toy who gets taken out by Hezi with the frags. Not what they were looking for in that instance. Toy getting taken out of all people in that fight. And now Rise, I feel like they know this is the time for them to go. They got a double kill right there to follow through with.
Gotta go
and
now.
They only have one more kill. They are going to clean up, get that hill, but now they have to make a run as soon as possible to try and see if they can get that C hill, or at least create as much pressure right now on that spawn hill. There it is right there.
You gotta touch the hill, Sneak. Sneak!
Barely, they got
Sneak.
just missed it.
Okay, I'm mad. Sneak was in a 1v1 that whole time. Didn't step foot in that hill for 1 second to save it. He had a teammate right there.
He let way too much time pass to let the rest of the members come there. And you know, you got to think.
I'm stressed.
His opponent was probably just thinking, you know, I'm going to just distract him a little bit.
Exactly.
I'm not pushing
He wasn't
this fight.
really
I'm
pushing
going to
for
back
the
up
kill.
in these fights. Yeah. And that's what you really have to think about. You know, the positioning. Like I said, giving up a ring, even for a few moments, you know, if your team can guarantee a better, more optimal position on the map with the majority of your members, that will in turn just open up the rest of it for you guys, and you're going to be able to get that trip cap way more faster.
Toy Soldier, 16-6. Where's Benson? This is a Toy Soldier you wanted, right?
That's exactly what he has summoned out of Toy today. You can see it right now. And as we are looking on the overhead now, those incendiaries placed in the incinerator of all places, and you're going to see them most likely get utilized. You're going to see them get picked up, or earlier than later, I would say. You're going to have this fight now up for this top button here. You can see now back to a one-on-one situation, as we love to see up here. Here goes Exclusive now, trying to shoot over that cover. Is he going to be able to get the best? But he does not. That's Jerpy to finish off and regain control of that sniper and tower.
Jerpy has been simply a tank up there in the control tower. Oh my gosh, almost got the headshot. 16 kills, 6 deaths himself, almost mimicking Toy Soldier's stat line. So now Jerpy doing just about everything for this team, slaying, supporting, using power weapons to their optimal use. That's helping Rise Nation so much in this comeback as they're going for the domination and tie things up 3-3. But here we go, Zenon trying to make the most of his life to distract. Oh, unable to do so. In Simplicity, they're able to live for another second.
Look did you see the setup that Simplicity had once they gave up that positioning in the tower?
Yeah.
Jerpy picked up the sniper. It looked like they had 2-3 guys ready to rotate from there to their home hill for the where the incinerator was.
Well, what happened?
That body shot. I'll tell you what. I was thinking that that headshot was going to win them the round. That body shot is what did it actually.
You're
because
right.
That threw a wrench in what they were doing over there.
It was an even fight.
And everybody was able to swoop in and finish off the kill, and whoever else was left over there. So Rise really made quick work of that. Beautiful, follow through on that. Especially you had that opening fight. You can see how important that is now up in the tower.
Look at you with your analytical skills.
It happens sometimes.
Right? you know a little something or two. All right, jumping in to round 7. Yes, this is halftime. That means the death respawn timers already set. The weapons are cleared off of the map. We're going to see mostly base strats, and they're going to start over as if it is a brand new map. But Zenon trying to make something happen. He gets taken out along with this duo Exclusive. The sniper tower is once again in Rise Nation's favor. So Rise Nation now up 5-4. They're going to have to be aggressive, gain more map control, and end this game against Simplicity.
Yeah, usually when we see the first round of the second half of any map, there's sometimes one team has way more pressure than the other because, it's the beginning of the second half. All the weapons are swapped. You do have your respawns back to 10 seconds, but, if you're down 5, maybe 5-2 or 6-1, there's way too much that you have to worry about. This is a 3-3 game right now. We have essentially started right back from scratch, and these teams have just got to play their game just essentially the way they did before. It might come down to just one person overstepping their boundary.
No, big time. And overstepping their boundaries, Toy Soldier leading the way once again with his Simplicity roster. Able to come in,
Peekaboo.
gets his second kill, taking out Detox with a nice chunk of Vexies. Falls as well. The D hill and the F hill now in Simplicity's favor. As long as Toy Soldier stays aggressive, this Simplicity roster, they have every chance in the world. Now completely bullying Rise Nation's defense with the E hill currently being capped. If they're able to hold it just a little bit longer, we're going to see a triple cap.
Right here is the static. You're seeing all those members now coming out of spawn for Rise. They need to try and at least get in there for the time being. Simplicity has the setup. They have the optimal setup right now. You can see with E and F hill held, Rise Nation hasn't even capped their home hill. They are literally standing at the cover where their spawn is and just trying to regroup right now. But that's fine, because still, no weapons on the map. They can just take all the time they need. We are still, they just make sure they don't give up that home hill. They can make up this round, at least for the time being. There isn't much time, though. They've got to try to make up some of the ground now, though. You see Detox going up towards the top. They are now trying to make the rotations here and try to at least push Simplicity back a little bit here. But now Simplicity making the smart move and rotating to the Incinerator side. So now they can have a little bit more of a choke point there where they can cut off a lot of these Rise Nation players trying to make the cuts through towards the center of the map.
Well, I'm going to have to applaud Simplicity. When they were unable to get the triple cap, they all said, you know what, this isn't a fight that we're going to win. We're going to back up and reset just a little bit.
Very smart.
We have a 2-hill lead. We're up by 50 seconds right now. Let's go ahead and use the time to our advantage. Now, using their Lancer to their advantage, exclusive, getting a kill. Toy Soldier with another double kill.
Toy is playing like he has 12 fingers right now. This is insane.
Probably.
This is ridiculous right now.
He's been doing this since Gears 3, so it's nothing new for this roster.
Oh, no, I'm not. Again, though, I'm not surprised at the gameplay style from him, but very, very excited to see him show out today.
Yeah, so now you hear the timer. 2 seconds left. Simplicity able to pick up their 4th win so far here in Map 1, being up 4-3. Now, it's time for Rise Nation to put down the weapon.
Yeah, Simplicity might have, they had that, that run in the first half. It seemed like they were about to run away with things. You can see as those respawn times started to get a little deeper, more weapons were placed. Rise started to put things back in their favor.
You know what it was?
But that second half might be exactly what Simplicity is.
It's Jerp.
Yeah.
It's Jerp, man. Jerp is doing everything. And now putting the sniper rifle in the control tower. Guess who placed it? Jerp. Guess who's tested the most so far this map? Jerp. Jerp is the X factor going into the sniper tower now with 20 kills and only 10 deaths. So he's leading the way for this Rise Nation roster. So now the 2v2 will pursue. Who's going to win? Jerp in Powers or Exclusive and Xenon? The winner will get the sniper rifle right here.
Who wants it more right now? We're going to find out with Xenon trying to push forward, but he already gets 4-pointer right there. You can see now with Exclusives, though, coming down the stairs and getting Jerpy before he can even make his way into that tower room. And now with Exclusive's going to be trying to make his way up. They have him sandwiched. There's no way, but right there you can see forcing his way out is Powers. And Powers going to be in the one-on-one situation. Just like I said, he can take these 2v1s, any 1v1s, no problem. This is where he excels. He is scaring away Xenon, but right now Xenon has to end up backing up. He's being smart, though. Backing up Powers. He saw how aggressive he was, backed up, waited for his teammate, and then ended up opening the door for him.
You have to make moves if you're down in players. So now Powers and Jerpy now waiting to respawn, but the sniper rifle is in Xenon's hands. Now, you have 2 hills under Simplicity's favor. The slaying is happening. Toy Soldier taking out Detox. If they're able to capture this F hill, that will be it. Simplicity will win their 5th round, where they will be 2 rounds away from taking map 1. But can they hold this offensive stand? Drix now pressuring Xenon. Xenon puts away the sniper just momentarily. Now finding himself in a 1v2 scenario, unable to clutch it up. He falls.
He took a few shots at those snipers, didn't connect, and had to back up. And it almost seemed like Rise pushed him for the purpose that he had the sniper on him. It worked in his favor. And it worked out because it distracted them to pull back.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Why would you go for the guy all the way in the back with the sniper rifle when your hill isn't being capped?
And he also missed the 2-3 shots that he took, so that when they pushed, he actually had distracted one player. You might have had one of those Rise players call for assistance, and that was not the right call to make right there, as you can see.
Toy Soldier not getting more than 10 deaths so far in this game. It's been 8 rounds.
And again, you can see already as we have the map placement or the weapon placements for the second half, the sniper was placed first. Rarely you'll see that placed first on the first half. Ever.
You got to respect
second half is messy up if they have somebody that has such a good marks a shot, because that thing can headshot you before you even know what's happening.
Powers with the quick pick. Okay, so Simplicity. They saw Powers able to get the quick pick on the sniper rifle. So what happened? Exclusive. He flanked around. He tried to get a flank on Detox, but Detox was able to call that out, taking out Exclusive. Xenon falls as well. Jerpy getting a headshot on him. Now, Simplicity down. 2 players survive. The Markster is in Detox's hand. Able to get the easy down. Rise Nation, they're pummeling Simplicity right now. Going for the triple cap, being as aggressive as possible. Being up 2 hills. All they need is 1 more hill with the numbers that they're up with.
Here we have multiple members of Rise now going to be trying to make that way through to that E-hill right there, because they actually have to make a push right in this moment for their opportunity at that trip cap. It looks like the way that everybody's set up, the way everyone's set up, this is the best opportunity right now. But now you can see Simplicity starting to spread out a little bit, and there you go. Simplicity all the way back in their spawn now. So that was the best opportunity you could see right there. But that window was closed so
it's
fast.
so small.
That's what
in order to capitalize on that window, everybody has to be on the same page.
Exactly.
You have to have that perimeter set up on the home hill.
That really
you have to
tells
be
the story.
as aggressive as possible, especially when you're up, 4 players to 2.
Absolutely. And Toy just making work of tricks right there at the incinerator and already trying to figure out what he is going to do next here. As it looks like he's going to be pushing, going head first, but he's got 2 more members of Rise now making the push through, and he was not able to capitalize there. Completely unexpected and a great push there by Rise.
He tossed 4 red, running out, using up powers now. Hezzy falls for Simplicity. Simplicity down 2 players, everybody alive for Rise Nation. But with 1 hill, Zenon able to take the scalp off the drinks. Making the most of every opportunity he has with each shot with the sniper rifle. That's what makes him so deadly. So, with Zenon with the sniper rifle and them being up 2 hills, 2-1, Simplicity, they're able to play the game the way that they want to.
And right there, you can see he got taken out, but that sniper's on the ground. He didn't get a chance to put it on his back, and now
he's down 2.
Oh, and that's 2 right there. Quick 2 there by Powers, and he secures the sniper. What a swing this is for Rise Nation right now. You can see him going towards the bottom as the point differential is nearly identical right now. So it's going to come down to whichever one of these guys are going to step up. Somebody has got to pick at least a double kill right now. The way that these 2 teams are standing off, it's going to come down to that, or somebody, like I said earlier, overstepping their boundaries. Right here, as you see, everybody now fighting in that midpoint, and the timer starting to tick away with Rise the slight advantage right now, and it looks like them holding the E-Hill, and they are going to walk away with this. Simplicity needs to make a move now.
This is a problem. Rise Nation, they use all of their resources to go ahead and capture that middle hill. Little did they know, Simplicity can't win off of 1 hill. So with Sneak now going down the F hill, if they're able to decap this, Rise Nation might be able to get the triple cap. Now, with 4 seconds left on the timer, it will stop. Toy Soldier runs in the hill, takes out Jerpy, going for the second.
It's too close.
Dead. Unable to get the 3rd kill, but Simplicity were able to win. Rise Nation won.
Yeah, that was
way too close for comfort.
They had that 2 position, that 2 cap setup for so long, and it looked like that Simplicity. All they had to do for a few seconds for what they can. We've seen that happen. That's the 3rd time we've seen that, where somebody, all they had to do was just step in the hill, and they're focused a little bit too much on the fights that are on the outside of the hill. You got to have them keep their distance, but make sure that you know exactly. Keep your awareness as best as it can be, because if you're not in that hill, you're just being a body essentially, because you need to be racking up those points, especially when it's that late into the round. You hear the timer coming in, you need to know where you have to be.
Most definitely agree. But Rise Nation down 4-5 against Simplicity, looking to tie the score this map. It's 1st to 7. Simplicity, they need 2 more rounds to go ahead and be victorious here on Forge Blitz. But with the smoke going out, we're going to take a look at the duo. Zenon and Exclusive battle it out. Another one against Jerpy and Powers, who's going to come out on top with the sniper rifle here in the control tower. This fight is as important as ever. But Zenon, being full red, the first to go down, leaving Exclusive all by lonesome in a 1v2. Can he do it?
And that's a smart move. If you have a 2v2 up here, it looks like our Exclusive is going to be trying to do what he can, but he is just getting shot too much. You have the 2v2 up there. If you ended up waiting for somebody, look at that, using that sniper right away is Powers. But separating those 2v2s up there into 2 straight 1v1s, that was a great opportunity for Rise to immediately stick together and push a 2v1 as fast as they could while Exclusive was trying to rotate around the button. Great move, and there you go. They made work with the sniper, and now pushing only a few moments away from tying this game up 5-all. And you can see with the domination almost coming in here, only a few seconds away, and with Sneak trying to survive as long as he can. He does get a kill, get that down there, clean up, but he doesn't rotate in yet, and there goes another men to help him as they do stay alive just a little bit longer.
Hezzy and Sneak working so well together, able to take out both Avexis and Powers, but on board Detox, currently 10 kills and 19 deaths, and that's so hot this game. Whips his first shot full red, he's trying to run away, unable to do so, gets down immediately, and Hezzy running rampant on Rise Nation's side of the map. Sees 2 players coming out of spawn towards that hill. This is where Simplicity, they're looking to break things up. Rise Nation now up 115 to 38. They're going to have to do more if they want to go ahead and make this an even game. Simplicity, if they don't, they're going to have to go for a triple cap in order to win, and it might come now. Yep, that's it.
Rise was in such a beautiful spot right there. That was
They were primed to win for that domination.
That was ridiculous.
It was
how that just
efficient
flipped.
to a T. But it all stopped once he came in the picture, was able to get the first kill, and then got the second down. It pretty much broke up everything.
Fuck out of here, y'all suck!
Had an extremely valuable play that saved Simplicity from, looking at a tied map.
That's selfish shit, bro. They're all selfish.
Weapon
I
that
swear
will
to
go
God.
down. We're looking at an
Suck,
Ensign
bro. I swear to God.
going down smack dab in the middle. So with the sniper rifle in control tower, the Ensign's in the middle, and the marks available to both teams. Let's see who's going to come out on top. Simplicity, map point.
Yeah, this is going to be tough here. Rise needs to win that top fight 100%. It's guaranteed. You need to have control of that button, of that sniper as well. Those incendiary grenades in the center are going to be way more useful than you think on this late part of the game. I wouldn't see them being used much towards the incinerator part of the map. You're going to have to see, I would expect to see maybe them getting tossed up into the tower, actually.
All right, Zenon, unable to help out his teammate. Exclusive falling to Jerpy. Now, with Zenon in a 1v1 against Jerpy. Jerpy, he's remained the most victorious here, but stalling him just enough. Zenon, he falls to Jerpy. The domination counter has gone down to E-Hill. It's all Simplicity needs in order to win. But with the sniper in Jerpy's hand, can he tilt the favorite on his team's side?
Looking like he went for 2 body shots there. I don't think he connected with the second, but you could see there that was Toy who got shot. He's in the corner, almost near death right there, and he's actually utilizing the Markza, hiding in the corner. Amazing work right there. And now making the rotation to the home hill here for Rise Nation. Man, how annoying is Toy being right now? He is playing as perfect as you can ask right now, especially on a map as diverse as Forge Blitz. When you have these different levels, when you have a variable like the Incinerator mixed up here, there's so many things you have to worry about, but Toy is on top of his game right now.
Yeah, Toy Soldier, I mean, if he has been doing half of the things he's been doing, Simplicity, they'd be down by a great amount right now. Toy Soldier, he's doing a great job breaking up defense. He's able to get the double kills, able to just be such a huge distraction and a thorn on Rise Nation's side, but Jerpy now finds himself in a 2v1 situation, looking to take out Zenon. Should have gone down way sooner, but
slippery there.
The map control is now starting to come in their favor. But who's to stop him? None other than Toy Soldier. Throws the smoke, he backs up both Detox and Jerpy, giving Exclusive enough time to respawn.
Yeah, no, this is important for Rise. They have the sniper. They have to make sure Jerpy stays alive with that as long as possible. Especially if you do need the trip cap, you need a push. Obviously, he can go with you guys to head down a lot of those fights. But try to keep your distance as long as you can. Since he has that weapon, you need that long range advantage as much as possible. Since they have no more rounds to give, and you can see he's not moving up at all. He has that imaginary line that he is not crossing, so to speak, and letting his teammates do a lot of the bulk of the fighting here. There's Detox almost getting sniped right there as he's trying to make some work with that Markza, moving around, trying to get the angles, nearly getting it down there as well. You can see another member of Rise making the move to help him, and looks like Jerpy's trying to sneak something in.
Snipers.
There's now 2 on the map, and they know where each other are. Right here, you can see Toy with the body shot.
Battle.
He is going to push forward. He knows he's damaged, and look at the smarts right there. Connects with the body shot, puts it on the back, runs right for the kill, knew that guy was going to be on his heels.
Now, with the sound you hear on your speaker, Simplicity, all they need are 10 more seconds to run away with the victory on map 1. But Jerpy looking to say something about it. He gets taken out instantly by Sneak Zenon, taking out Detox. Now, Simplicity, they're up and they're yelling. Round 1 goes to Simplicity. Well, map 1, excuse me, Simplicity.
Well, boys. Both of you going in said it was going to be Rise Nation that take it.
I said Simplicity.
You did not. You said right. You said Rise. Watch the VOD. Watch the VOD. You said Rise. Both of you said. See, there you go. There you go. At least one person is honest on the desk. You both say Rise, but it's Simplicity that come out, and a big part of that, the storyline really at the very beginning. I called out Toy Soldier for a year of maybe disappointing performances by his standards. I mean, what a hell of a map that was from him. 34 kills. Trooper, you kind of mentioned as well the smarts that you got to see there as well was just truly impressive.
Yeah, I mean, the way that the games were unfolding, you saw a lot of the intricacies that a lot of the players have, when they're looking at the full view of the map, when they see what a lot of their opponents are doing, they're making 100 different decisions at once, and they have to know, it could be just one mistake that could unfold everything and have everyone fall apart. And man, Simplicity, everybody was really pulling their weight there, not just Toy, but everybody was looking great.
Either way, 34 kill bomb from Toy Soldier. And the big question I asked you, Velly, before the game started was, Rise Nation, is it finally, is this it? Is this the squad? I mean, yes, it's a really tough matchup against Simplicity, but either way, I feel like listening to you guys, Cash, you expected maybe a little bit more.
The Chief is calling.
The Chief is
No, this ain't it. Rise Nation, we're going to have to see more right now, okay? Like I said, Jerp did a great job, especially with powers, but just as a team, as a unit, they just weren't there completely.
Okay.
We saw times where they were up and they should have won multiple rounds against Simplicity. Yes, multiple, at least 3 I counted. But they couldn't do it. When it came to, dominating that last home hill, they never really set up a lane to Lancer to stop Simplicity from coming in. Sure. They allowed the likes of Sneak to come in and get a double kill. Shouldn't happen. And they just didn't really capitalize when they had numbers. The power weapon was always in their favor, but you couldn't tell that from the score to match.
I guess the question, did you put that down to maybe time? Has the team had enough time to gel, in your opinion?
Well, it could come down to that as well, but even as a team, if you're new, a lot of the players, these players are veterans still. They've been playing for so long. So,
exactly.
You have to know, especially in a lot of those instances where we thought that they had the round one and they didn't. You have to think, always be closing. Think about that. Because especially once that game comes down.
Words of wisdom.
Once it
Always
gets that
be
close to the end of the round, you can't just always stay in the lane that you're in. The game has to switch. You have to get more aggressive, especially when it comes down to that last few moments.
Yeah.
You have to that's when you have to really switch up the game more than any time, I think.
And when you talk about practice time, I don't want to buy that at all, okay? Optic Gaming won first place with 2 weeks of practice. Fury got top 2 in the last 2K with a week of practice. Now, they played with Powers long enough now. They plugged in a Slayer for a Slayer. Yes, Powers doesn't need that much strategy in a 2v2 fight over a control tower. All he has to do is run around and get kills. That's what he does best. He wasn't the issue. The team as a unit, they need to be on the same page.
So who are you pointing fingers at then? If it isn't Powers, if Powers is doing everything he can, it's just a collective.
You win a control tower, but then it's like you're struggling over an incinerator side. They never really had control of both sides of the map at once. So you can't really point the blame at just one player as an individual.
Okay.
Point them at all of them. If you're really going to point the finger, he's my friend, so I feel bad for saying it, but you need to point it at Keem, okay? As the coach of this team, you have to make sure the rotations are crisp. You're a former pro player. You got paid to play the game. You get paid to coach now. So now this is your opportunity to really show what you're about. Make sure that your team is on the same page.
Well, looking at the series now, I'm not sure many would have expected Simplicity to be 1-0 up. A lot of people had Rise coming out comfortably. We knew it was going to be close, however, and it didn't disappoint. But now Simplicity 1-0 up. Do they just close it out, in your opinion? Are they sending Rise to losers?
I mean, I'll just say as simple as this. If Toy plays the same way he played, it's going to be hard for Rise to do much of anything, because you could even say Rise playing their game, even saying how they did on that map, could say that they played well. But what are you supposed to do when you have somebody on the other team that's doing that well? One individual that you really can't plan for. You know what I mean?
But you have to feel like the big plague of Toy Soldier this year has been maybe the inconsistent performances. He'll do that one map, then you might not get it the second.
That's the biggest worry.
I don't think it's going to be this easy.
You can't always expect that.
I don't think Simplicity, they're going to run away with the 2-0. This is definitely going to tiebreaker game. But also,
because you said you'd bet your entire life savings on Rise.
I said Simplicity.
That's on the VOD, right? We can get that.
We're gonna watch this, okay? But
by all means.
But from what I'm saying though, but you said you had a great point. As long as Toy Soldier is able to keep doing what he's doing, Simplicity's gonna be in the lead. I beg to differ. Jerp did just as well on the other end. So you had 2 stars really going head to head. But that raises a question. Are you really going to put everything on Toy Soldier playing out of his mind in order to win a game? Or do you need everyone else to play at that level?
Exactly. Now, them coming out, winning that round, winning that map. Yeah. How much was it?
That wasn't the best I saw from exclusive or Xenon, to be quite honest.
Right. There were a couple instances where you saw them get into fights that maybe they shouldn't have taken. There was a couple shots that we thought they should have hit. Like I remember there was a long range shot Xenon had with the headshot, missed, but that body shot ended up helping them win the round anyway. That's a big key. Don't always, if you're a sniper, try to go for those style shots. Yeah, I love them, and I love you for hitting them, but you need to help your team and shoot for everybody else, too.
Everyone in the chat's like, nah. That's why we watch. Go for the headshot.
That's
style on him, swag on him.
Forget what I said.
Although you are totally correct, though. Sometimes it's better to just get a body shot, get the damage down, help your teammates in those fights, right? It can really be the difference maker. One big chunk can turn a team fight completely. Either way, though, as we said, it is Simplicity with the lead in the series. A lot of pressure now on Rise, and I'm curious to see what we get from Rise, because we mentioned it a little bit earlier on the day, Velly, when we were talking about Ghost Gaming, how sometimes when they lose, their heads go down. Is that going to be the same here with Rise Nation, do you feel?
No. I've never worried about that with Rise Nation. You have the in-game leader as Drix. One of the most positive players you would ever find in a game, and as an in-game leader. He's going to keep their head straight. Keem, I've never seen him angry in my life.
Ever?
Now, the one thing that's scary about this team,
Might be angry if he goes to the losers bracket.
right. The one thing that's scary about this team is that when their backs are against the wall, you get Detox, a player where once the emotions run through his body, he plays out of his mind. He becomes the best player in the map. I want to see that from Rise Nation. I want to see more consistency. Powers, he was doing his thing. Turk was doing his thing, but everyone else as a collective unit. Now blaming individual performance, but they all need to pick it up. I don't think they're in trouble.
You could see that, though,
This
in
map.
that last
It's going
map.
to tiebreaker.
The shades of excellence coming from
It's going
each
to tiebreaker.
individual. If they can all tie
Fix
it
your
together.
face, Ben.
Yeah, no, I agree, because they're going to play like they're down 0-1.
They have to.
And you
have a choice.
You saw the excellence out of them individually. They're all going to, I think, bring it together now in this next map. We're going to go to the tiebreaker as well. And
I'm not saying that both of you were wrong the first time,
yeah, that's what I was going to mention.
but you were. So
why I said Simplicity.
I guess if I was a betting man, I would bet Simplicity with a 2-0 because they have looked fantastic. Toy, as I mentioned, map number 1 comes
Phenomenal.
out 34 kills, but the guys mentioned it. It isn't just Toy. A wonderful performance from just Simplicity in general. Puts them in the driver's seat here of this series for Rise Nation. They're back against the wall. I don't think they would have envisioned their tournament really with a winners round 2 crashing straight into the losers bracket. And I tell you, that losers bracket will be a shark tank of just top quality teams. And as you can see, map number 2 is moments